In moon photography, can we really decide how big we want the moon compared with the subject? Also, can we decide how big we want the moon in the photo? The good news is that the answer to both questions is yes. Let's see how. Hello PhotoPiller, Rafael the Bar here. The beauty of moon photography is that you can literally take a piece of paper and draw the photo you want to take. You can draw the size of the moon you want compared to your subject, and you can draw the frame to decide how big you want the moon to appear in the photo. You're in total control to get the photo you want. It all depends on your imagination. Having said that, the question is, how you go from a drawing on a paper, how you go from an idea to a real photo? Well, first, you need to learn the basics of moon photography planning. I recommend you to watch this video here to learn how to plan your moon photos with PhotoPills. And second, to nail the plan, you'll need to understand, you need to master the two following concepts. The size of the moon compared with your subject, it only depends on the shooting distance. It only depends on how far away you are from your subject. The closest to your subject, the smaller the moon will be. And the further away you go from your subject, the larger the moon will be compared to your subject. For example, let's imagine that you wish to photograph the full moon aligned with a really nice stone hut we have here in Menorca. The stone hut is 10 meters wide, and you wish to have a moon in the photo with the same size, 10 meters. The question is, what's the shooting distance? How far away from your subject, from the stone hut, you need to place your tripod and camera to capture a full moon of 10 meters of diameter? Well, I'll show you how to use PhotoPills to calculate the shooting distance you need in a second, but there is a super cool and super fast way to calculate it. It's a rule of thumb, but it works very well. We call it the PhotoPills rule of 100. The rule says that to get the shooting distance you need, all you have to do is to multiply the diameter of the moon you want by 100. For example, if you want the moon to be 10 meters of diameter, then 10 by 100 is 1000 meters. If you go away 1 kilometer from your subject, you'll get a moon that will have an apparent size in the photo of more or less 10 meters. This formula also works in feet. It doesn't matter really the units you're using. Just multiply the diameter you want in feet or in meters by 100 and you'll get the shooting distance. Okay, let me show you the moon size in PhotoPills now. Check this moon plan I've made. If on August 22nd, 2021 at 9:24 p.m. I am at the red pin position at the shooting spot, I'll be able to photograph the full moon aligned with this amazing stone hut that we have here in Menorca, in Punta Nati. Notice on the top panel, on panel number 2, that you have the moon size in brackets, 10 meters. And that the shooting distance, this is the distance between the black pin and the red pin, is 1.1 kilometers. Why isn't the shooting distance 1 kilometer? Well, because PhotoPills takes into account the real angular diameter of the moon at the shooting time. It's much more accurate than the PhotoPills rule of 100. Now, the cool part is that if you tap on the map settings button, and here you tap on the moon layer, and then switch on show moon size, and go back to the map, you'll see what happens. The size of the moon appears on the map, so you can directly compare the size of the moon with the size of your subject, which is so cool. So this blue band you see now represents the size of the moon. How cool is that? Okay, the parameter that controls how big the moon will appear in the frame, in the photo, is the focal length. The shorter the focal length, the smaller the moon will appear in the photo. And the longer the focal length, the larger the moon will appear in the photo. Some people think that the focal length affects the size of the moon compared with your subject, but as we've seen, this is wrong. Only the subject distance, this is the distance between the camera and the subject, determines the moon size compared with the subject. And only the focal length determines the moon size compared with the frame, compared with the size of the photo. If we go back to our plan, the cool thing is that PhotoPills includes a way to visualize the field of view on the map, so you can compare the size of the moon with the size of the frame. All you have to do is to tap on the map settings button, and here under map tools tap on FOV, the field of view, here, and go back to the map. And now select your camera. I'm using the Nikon Z6 that Anthony usually uses. Set the focal length. In this case I'm going to use 500 mil, for example. Then set the focus distance, I'll be focusing on my subject, so where my black pin is. Fantastico. And then choose to shoot on in landscape or in portrait. I'm going to shoot in portrait. And then the shooting direction, set the shooting direction. In this case, I'm going to set align with black pin. And I zoom. Now if I zoom on my subject, on the black pin, what I have here is everything I need. I have the size of the moon on the map, and also I have the size of the frame, the size of the photo, what will be in the frame and outside the frame, so I can really understand how big the moon will be with the frame, which is so convenient. Well, photographing the moon is so much fun. Now, if you want to nail your moon photos, if you want to master moon photography, you can do two things. The first one is to download our super detailed moon photography guide. I'm gonna leave a link in the description of this video and in the first comment below. And second, you can watch all our moon photography videos. And we have a lot. Watch them here and you'll see a big improvement in your moon photography. I promise. And if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next Wednesday with another video. And remember that you have the power to imagine, plan, and shoot legendary photos. Bye bye.